Dr. Seamus Crine, you're President of the Irish College of General Practitioners. What do they do?
They go to lots of meetings, represent college at various levels, work internally in the college at different meetings, meet a lot of members, try and meet the members, listen to the members and bring new thoughts.
What does the college do?
What does the college do? The college works on different levels. It tries to really increase or help standards in general practice every way it possibly can. And that means listening to our members, looking after our patients, going to government with new ideas, trying to steer the government in the correct direction and stop them making mistakes. Difficult to do at the moment.
Go on.
I think,
Are there many members in the college?
yes, there are. There are 3,800, going on 4,000 members, yeah. Yeah.
And is that the number of GPs in Ireland, or are there...
No, there are some of them outside the country, but they're still members, yeah. Yeah.
And why would they remain members in Ireland?
Oh, well,
Would they be Irish?
they would be Irish, oh yes.
Yeah,
they'd
who
be
have
Irish.
left.
Yeah, people who may be travelling and coming, we hope coming back, yeah. But people who have done their exam are members.
Which exam is this?
The membership of the Irish College of General Practitioners.
And how long does it take to do that?
Well, that's the minimum of 4 years.
4 years.
Minimum of 4 years. Could take you longer if you're having babies.
When was the college founded?
The college was founded in 1984, and has grown exponentially since then. There was a feeling that we didn't need to be members of the Royal College, or that there was a need for a college that represented Irish GPs in Ireland, and that was the feeling at the time.
And where's your headquarters?
Dublin.
In Dublin.
Yeah. Which is an interesting thing, because a lot of activity comes from country members. Maybe if you look at the committees over the years and the activity in college, you would find that there's maybe more activity coming from very, very far away from Dublin, but being represented at the highest level. Even if you look at the president's chain, you might notice that there are so many country members, I would say disproportionately represented, which I find interesting.
What's the state of general practice like in Ireland now?
Well,
What's it like compared to was when you started out first?
Well, I'd say when I started first, which was the early 80s, when we were all much younger, Ollie, and we all had different problems in our lives. We were trying to establish ourselves and all that. I'm actually worried about the state of general practice at the moment. I feel that we are the ultimate generalists and we have to hold on to that position. I feel that decisions may be made by people who don't understand the nature of what we do and how important it is not to lose the essence of general practice. I'm afraid that the baby may be thrown out with the bathwater when the changes that seem to be coming down. What I'm most afraid of is that that we who are at the centre aren't being talked to and listened to. I'm afraid that we're being seen as vested interests rather than people who are essential core people to all the decisions that should be made about general practice and primary care. So the decisions about us are being made and we are not getting adequate representation or adequate, our voice isn't being heard centrally. That's what I'm worried about at the moment.
Do you think we give a good service?
I think we give a tremendous service. I think we are the cement of the medical service. It's the one bit of the service that works without hitch. I think and generations of Irish doctors have delivered seamlessly, so seamlessly that we're hardly noticed. Yeah.
Do you think our work is appreciated by our patients?
I think our patients in general do appreciate us. They mightn't express it all that often, but I think they appreciate us. But unfortunately, we spend a lot of time working and not enough time fighting our corner and getting our message across. I think we're probably too busy as a group of people to maybe see the bigger picture, and we can be a bit worn out by the day-to-day and not get our message across to the general, particularly the political and media.
A lot of lip service is paid to general practice
I agree with you.
by
I agree with you, yeah, I agree with you.
politicians and
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
else.
We would like to see some reality put on that. From the college point of view, all the time we see lip service being paid to general practice, primary care, but we don't see it being any tangible delivery on that lip service. And that's what I find very frustrating at the moment.
I think the funding has been cut by up to 40%
Yes,
so far.
that's right.
I think no other sector has had
No
a hit
other
like
sector
that.
has suffered like this. No, we haven't been wonderful about getting that message across to people, and therefore we may be shooting ourselves in the foot, because if we keep performing and delivering, it could be said that we're not putting our case strongly enough.
And whose fault is that?
Ourselves, probably. Yeah.
And how long does your post last for?
Only a year.
Only a year.
Yeah. Well, year's enough.
Is it difficult? Is it onerous?
Well, it's not so. There's a lot of travelling. Everything happens in Dublin, and if you're down the country, you just have to get up and down. And you're in the army, you wear the boots. That's basically it. You've got to put your shoulder to it, do as much as you can in the year. There's a bit of a learning curve in it, and you're getting to know people and getting to know where the important areas are and all of that. So, but still, I don't think it should be any longer than a year, because I think it's an honour, first of all, and I think it's an honour that should be passed along. And I don't like people staying in post too long anyway, because I think you need fresh thoughts and fresh people all the time. The presidency, you're vice president 1 year, president the next year, and then you're past president for a year. So you actually go through the system over 3 years. So there is a continuity there, and the incoming vice president is sort of aware of all that's going on at the moment, and he'll step in.
You run an educational programme for GPs.
We do in college, and all sorts of GPs at all sorts of levels, and I think the college has always been very sensitive to the sort of education that's necessary at a given time. So when I was a young GP, when you were a young GP, it was weekend meetings, and it was lectures coming down, and that's what we knew, the only thing we knew. Then we transposed on to, we'll say, CME and all of that, and that's as successful now as it was then. But now we're...
How does that operate?
That operates, and again, it's very surprising to a lot of people that month after month, through the winter months, 8 months of the year, GPs go out on a cold Monday night or Tuesday night for an hour and a half and meet the same group of people month after month, year after year, and learn from each other. They're guided with, they have a tutor who's a sort of a leader and guides the agenda, but the basic membership educate each other, and they can talk over difficult situations, etc. It's a very skillful operation, and has been really fine-tuned by the Irish College. Started by Michael Boland in the late 70s, actually, before the college even came along.
And is this an Irish initiative, or is it worldwide?
It started in West Cork and has spread worldwide now, because it's been shown off, and other countries have taken it up. They do it in Holland, they do it in Sweden, do it in many other countries where you have people finding that this is a very good form of adult learning. Certainly for me in my professional career, I'd say it's the one thing that has influenced me most is the collegiality of that group and the support I've got from that group. Now, some of the earlier people have retired off it, and younger doctors have joined it, but it really is a very strong way of continuing education for adults. Yeah.
In this present recession, are there many emigrating? Young GPs immigrating?
I don't think we have the figures on this. It's the word we're saying that there are. I'm aware of 2 doctors who left the Galway area.
Practicing GPs?
Practicing GPs who left, but I'm not aware of any more recently. But again, I don't think we've got the statistics on this, Yeah.
Is there a future for general practice if it continues in its present direction?
I think we have to really, really defend our specialty and make sure that we develop it and that we develop it and strengthen it. I think if we do that, and we've good leadership, and we have involve the younger generation. Let them come to meetings, get them to carry the flag on. I think there is, but I worry if they get too dependent or too expecting somebody else to do it for them. I think they've got to do this. Now, if you look at the NEGS group, you can see, which is the young doctors group, there are good leaders in there, and they'd be the hope for the future.
And universal insurance, do you think it'll work? Will we get it?
I don't think they're going to be able to deliver it in the time frame they're expecting to deliver it in. I like the idea of quality of access too, but there's been a quality of access in general practice. So I think, but I still, the idea is only half baked at the moment, and I think we haven't had a national debate about it, and it's not our debate, but I think it won't come on this before 2016.
The problem is we've no one to debate it with, is it?
Well, that's the problem. They're not talking to us, whoever they're talking to, to each other.
Even though GPs are supposed to deliver it.
Yes, this is the problem.
Strange,
and that's how you become vested interests rather than stakeholders.